Hello everyone, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Crusader Kings II in our Lord of the Scots series. So we have an awesome Chancellor again. We also have a new king, King Talor V of Scotland. He's 21, he's betrothed to a 9-year-old. But she's a genius, so we're hoping that we can really add some strong genius children to our dynasty. He does already have a couple... Oh, wait. Oh, yay, we got a puppy! I will accept this gracious gift. Give him an additional health bonus. We're going to name him Hunter, because we are hunting the Great Stag, and we want as much bonus towards that as possible. Princess Ava of Scotland is now of legal age. She became a flamboyant schemer. +3 intrigue. -1 stewardship. So I have been pretty frustrated over the past couple of episodes because the raids from these territories have just reached this peak. And it seems like there's been a bit of a breakup in this territory here. This is different now. But they have just been coming non-stop, and they really caused a lot of havoc over the last couple of episodes. And I try not to get too frustrated with that raiding mechanic, but there's just points where it's like, give it a rest. And it will, at some point, give it a rest. Once this period of history passes, where there's no longer as much of a threat from certain types of historical armies and figures, that when the Viking raids kind of pass, and these territories settle down and become proper kingdoms and don't do as much, I would like to invite you to join me for a small gathering of friends. Tell you what, unfortunately I can't, because I should probably do something of my own in that regard. I've been bad since this happened. We can go on a grand hunt. Let's go ahead and launch that. I will find the White Stag. So we were kinslayers because we killed someone who could potentially be a problem for us. This guy, our cousin, is our current heir. 6 titles can be created. 6 titles. But right now, we don't have too many strong male characters. We need to really crank out a bunch of kids. And actually, this would be a good chance for me to pause and offer a moment of appreciation for the commenters, again, that have been helping me through this series and helping me learn more about the game while I've been playing. I have, like many, many people who play Crusader Kings II, I have over 100. I probably have over 200 hours in this game. Now, I haven't looked at my hour count recently. I've played it a lot, but it's the kind of game that you can play a lot and just barely scratch the surface of all the mechanics and not understand. You can not understand some of the more complex stuff, or you can completely miss some of the most basic objectives of playing a game of Crusader Kings II. And one of those objectives hit me when I was reading a comment from Dragatus, again, one of my trusted advisors. I think there's 3 of you mainly that have been commenting mostly. There's Dragatus, there's Ajax, and there's Slayan. You 3, I can't say, and Ajax, again, if I'm mispronouncing your name, just post a comment and tell me how you want me to say it, because pronunciation is important to me, but and for any of you for that matter. But Dragatus and Slayan are a bit more straightforward. Those you 3 have been really, really helpful in giving me thorough commentary on stuff, and you've even interacted with each other a little bit and talked back and forth respectfully, which I appreciate very much. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, you haven't all broken into an argument over the stupid stuff I've been doing while I haven't been able to actually take your advice into account. But here's the thing. Crusader Kings II, for those of you who are learning as you're playing and who are watching Let's Plays because you're trying to figure the game out, one of the things you really need to be focused on doing throughout, especially if you're playing, for instance, as the Byzantines, and you need to have a large dynasty from the get-go. You need to have a large dynasty. You need to have kids. You need to find a strong wife for your characters, and you need to crank out babies, and you need to have lots of male characters. Because, yes, you know what? You could lose your throne to one of the other Duke characters in the game. There could be a rebellion. These things happen all the time. But if you have spread your seed, no pun intended, across the land, and you have dukes of your dynasty all over the place, if the rulership changes, guess what? You're still playing. The objective of Crusader Kings II is to have a successful royal line, not necessarily be successful as a single ruler. And that's one thing that it just hit me. And it's not that I've never thought about that, but I've never thought about it in those clear terms before. So that's what I'm really focused on right now, because we actually don't have a lot of strong male characters of our dynasty. Let's look at the dynasty tree. See, living right now, we don't have that many male characters. There's King Talor. So can we scroll down? Can we see more of this? I guess we can't. Yeah, if we collapse this, it collapses everything, unfortunately. Is there really no way to scroll around on this? Oh, there we go. Right click. There we go. There we go. All right. So yeah, he has a son and 2 daughters, but he has 4 sisters, which is not good. You need to be male to inherit, at least under the current law. You need to be male to inherit territory, to inherit titles, to inherit power. And this dynasty, the House Uib, that was founded way back by King Sinyad when we started the series, he died at age 71, was succeeded by Tarla, then succeeded by King Ewan the Lion, and that was a very successful reign. King Alexander was by far the most successful reign in the series so far, but it's been turbulent since. Of course, his brother King Alistair, who became Alistair when Scottish culture was adopted, was now succeeded by the young King Talor, who could be a good king. He's a good character. He had the kinslayer trait for a bit, but he is patient. He's diligent, which is a very good trait. He's zealous. He's chaste. But he's got a hunting dog, which helps with his health. I've also got the hunting focus activated, which also helps with his health. So if we can continue to make sure that he has a good future ahead of him, in about 7 years, we are going to be able to start having kids. The Sighthounds thirsted for blood this gentle afternoon, and they brought us many hares. This is a fine sport, so we're having a great hunt right now. And we need the great hunt to end so we can hold a feast, because we really need people to like us. But I want to get over the frustration of the past couple episodes and go back to managing my kingdom now that we've had... Oh, cool. We're going to gain prestige because our dog is growing. Dogs make you popular. Just like in real life, bringing like a dog to a party or a park, people react to it. I am proud of my hunting abilities. I don't actually have a dog, so I'm not one of those people that just brings a dog everywhere for brownie points, but I don't hold it against them because dogs are awesome. Okay, good. That's over. So we can hold a feast now. And all my vassals will be there. We want people to like us. It'll be the perfect entertainment for my feast. One thing we haven't had to deal with in a while... Oh, good. Let's spend lavishly on food. Get some extra prestige. One thing we haven't had to deal with for a while is any kind of revolts inside the kingdom. And actually, speaking of that, let's go ahead and try... Well, I'm going to do this after this feast is concluded. But we need... Oh, wow. Earl Brood. He is of our dynasty. See, I looked at the dynasty tree, and it didn't seem like there was anyone else alive. But I guess there are other descendants of these characters that are still around. So there are male characters of our dynasty that can continue. It's really hard to move around the dynasty tree. The family tree. All right, so he's our cousin. This is the guy that we killed. He was plotting to kill our son. All right, well, I don't like you either. Actually, a number of people are saying no. So maybe I'm going to hold a few feasts before I try it. What I was going to say a moment ago is I'm going to actually try and pass medium crown authority. We were trying to do it as our father. The guests have finally arrived. Very good. We were trying to do it as our father, but we weren't very successful. He died before it could actually happen. I had great fun, and so did everyone else. That's good. All right, new important decisions are available. Hold a grand tournament. Last time I did that, terrible things happened. That's most of our money, too. I'm going to hold off on that. And we're just going to hold a summer fair in a few months here. So it looks like... All right, so she has a birthday in March every year. A message about arranged marriage has been received from Tancred. Who are you? Of Middle Francia. Interesting. Middle Francia, huh? Sure. Sure, I don't have a problem with that. 2 children lack a guardian because we just sent off their guardian. So these are just the Princess Bride of Scotland needs a guardian. Is she not of age yet? Yeah, she's 14. She'll be of age soon enough. All right, so there's an enemy planning to invade later this year. Actually, if we that's going to get the summer fair is going to get interrupted by this invasion. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not going to do the summer fair because there's no point. Yep. So this invasion is happening. We're going to have a lot of people offering to join the war. Here's one. We're going to accept. Here's a few more. We're going to accept that. We're going to accept that. I'm going to slow down time a bit so we don't miss any offers, because that would be bad. But we now have a bunch of people coming together to join our cause. And I'm going to go ahead and have all of our troops march towards one location. We're going to disband this army, so everyone is mustering towards one spot in central Scotland. Meanwhile, we're still trying to fabricate a claim on the Kingdom of Mercia with our excellent Chancellor. We actually have another character, too. I think he was the old Chancellor that we fired. Does he still like us? He actually still likes us, which is crazy. We don't have a better Chancellor yet, which annoys the crap out of me. We have a really good Spy Master, which is handy. How's our technology doing? Let's look at that real quick. We have actually a lot of points in all three categories, but I'm not going to spend any right now. So again, once this claim is successfully fabricated, if it is, or if Siflade passes away, she's 37 now, so she's getting up there. She might not live much longer. She might have 10 or 15 years, maybe 20 tops left on her, or maybe longer. Who knows? But she's a vicious character. She has a couple of traits working against her, so hopefully that means she will have an unfortunate accident. We can't. Our kill power on her is not very high. Otherwise, I would fabricate a plot. I've already tried it once. Let's train him personally. We're going to train our puppy personally. All right, so this is the invading fleet that's hanging out here. So they're going to send their men in any second. We've got our forces mustering to the center of Scotland here. So it looks like they're going to try and attack over here. They're circling the British Isles. Or again, shall we call them the Scottish Isles? All right, they are coming onto land. Looks like in Connacht, of all places. We have a very large army, though, that is about to come into place. Good news, my... Oh, that's a large army, too. Good news, my lord. We have received credible reports of a recent sighting of the Great White Stag in the province of Buchan. Saddle my horse. Let's go hunting. That's a very large army. All right, so we need to just wait for these guys to show up. Thankfully, we have some allies with us here. Come on. Hurry up. Finish your march. There. All right, they've arrived. No, I don't want to dismiss them. I want to merge them. All right, and we're going to march to Connacht. So our allied troops are backing us up, and we're going to go down and fight off these guys that are trying to take over Connacht. Thank God for our allies, because that's actually a really, really large... It's actually Denmark that's invading us. What is your issue, Denmark? What is your problem? Still pagan, I guess, so they just don't like us because we're Christian. How is Christianity doing? Yeah, all that's still Germanic. All right, this time it will not escape me. Orthodoxy is doing pretty well over there. Sunni Islam is doing pretty well. I don't really see any large Shia-controlled areas, which makes sense because the rise of the Shia happened fairly recently, so you wouldn't expect to see any large Shia areas. Not really. All right. All right, so we won that battle easily. Oh, sweet! So we actually have already gained the Hunter trait, which is awesome. Extra martial, extra diplomacy, same trade opinion. Okay, so King Talora is becoming a better character very quickly. This is good. We are moving into another possible golden age as Scotland here. It was kind of rough for a second with King Alistair. Not that King Alistair was a bad king, but just he inherited power at a fairly late time. All right, so we're at 73% of this invasion already. That's how much we just kicked his butt with that one victory. Right, so we're going to unpause and try and chase this army to wherever he goes. All right, looks like he's going to try and go here. We're going to try and just follow, because at some point their shattered retreat will end. Yeah, it's ending now, as a matter of fact. Oh, good. So we just used our spy master, our excellent spy master, in fact, to gain some additional, or possibly gain some additional technology points. And now the autosave is going to do its thing. Okay, are you offering to join the war? Sure. So Gwynedd is offering to join the... Oh, good, they stopped the army. Good, that was perfect. They offered at the right time. So basically that army was passing through their territory, and they're like, hey, do you need a hand with these guys? Yes, we do. Thanks, appreciate it. All right, 100% war score. War is over. Enforce demands. Done. And now we should also get some... Because we won that war... Hang on, no, this guy's dead. Let's just take a look at a random vassal. Huh. I would have thought we'd get a prestige penalty for winning that war, but I guess not. All right. So now we're going to disband those forces, and I think, yeah, we don't have anyone else raised. All right, that's good. So now we need to continue to... Oh, yay. Wow, we gained another point of health. Daily exercise and fresh air with Hunter are doing wonders for our health and constitution. So this character is just... He's insanely healthy. Oh, yeah, wait, we own too many duchies. That's... How did I not catch that? Maybe it's just been true the whole time and I haven't been thinking about it. Let's see, Duchy of Moray and the Duchy of Galloway. Oh, yeah, that's right. We never did anything with the Duchy of Galloway. Well, we need to do something with the Duchy of Galloway. So, Telurg of the Islander Revolt. Oh, yes, that's right. We'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and try and launch medium crown authority so vassals can't revolt against each other anymore. We're going to try and pass this. One children lacks the garnet. Princess Marjorie. Let's educate her. So I'm trying to pass this. It's probably not going to be too... It's going to take a while. Just like it took a while. Alright, so we just lost our marshal. That's unfortunate. I feel like we had a pretty good marshal. That character does not like us. We're going to send him a gift. Make him warm up to us a little bit. Appoint you a commander. Make you warm up to us a little bit. Duke Maine the Whisperer. Why are you... What's your deal? He's acted dishonorably. So he killed somebody. Who did he kill? He's acted... Maybe he killed our... Maybe he killed the marshal. That would be weird. I wish I knew what he did. I wish there was a way to just see things that he had done recently. Alright, so where are you? Alright, so we are going to position our spy... Oh, no, we can't. We can't... We just... Oh, I didn't think about that. I have till October. Alright, I'm going to let some time pass till October and see if maybe we can arrest that guy. But in the meantime, I really do need to consider who I need to give this title to. Now, you probably desire the Duchy of Galloway. Earl Galam does. You're content. I could give it to you. But you're not of our dynasty, though. Is there a character in our dynasty, perhaps, that I could give it to? Or perhaps in our court, who's related to us, that could take it? Anybody. The Earl of Connaught. Yeah, Alexander. Again, we're waiting on his mom to die. Earl Alexander, because he's going to have a claim on the petty kingdom of Mercia. So we won't need to fabricate it. We can just conquer Mercia, and that territory will become ours. The Earl of Tyrone. He's of our dynasty. The Earl of Tyrconnell is also of our dynasty, but he's possessed. So That's not good. Where'd the Earl of Tyrone go? Right here? He's a pretty good character. He just has... What titles does he have? He actually has some pretty strong claims. He has a weak claim on the kingdom. But he owns the County of Tyrone. So he just has this territory. You know what? We'll give you the duchy. Alright, so he now is the Duke of Galloway. And now all of our vassals think a little bit better of us. Our domain is still at 6 of 6. So we could technically still give away a little bit more land just to ensure we don't become stressed or anything like that. We're a healthy character, so it shouldn't happen. But, alright, we also need to wait till October or so. But we can hold a summer fair, so let's go ahead and do that. You should invest in a technological advance. I'm kind of tempted just to go for Majesty. But also the Feudal Vassal Opinion bonus, the extra 3 might be good. Noble Customs. Yeah, we'll go with that. And that looks like pretty much everything we can do for now. So we had more raiders arrived. Here's your money. Don't ever want to see you again. We've seen that event before. Oh, good. Spymaster is being very successful because he's a good Spymaster. Pretty large raiding party in Leinster. Could we potentially raise enough troops in this area? Maybe. To deal with him? Because that would be just great. Did you get gregarious? Ah, no, didn't get gregarious. That would have been awesome. Another really good trait for the king. Tried for it. The Mummers event has the potential to give you gregarious. I wonder how he does that. I'm focused on fighting these guys right now. Alright, so we're going to try and chase these guys off. Alright, summer fair's over. It was great fun while it lasted. New important decisions are available. We could hold. Buy indulgence for my sins. What sins? I thought we'd already handled that with the Kingslayer problem. Or the Kinslayer problem. But apparently we haven't. Alright, I'm going to go up here and kill these guys. Alright, so this is not... Yeah. Not quite enough troops. I can't actually see the composition of that army, which is dumb. Alright, so once again the vassals are pissed at me for having their forces raised to fight raiders and defend them from these guys. So we're going to try and push these guys out by marching this army down. It's going to take them a while, and our vassal levies are going to be raised forever, and people are going to be mad. Duke Main of Men has provided me with proof that Duke Odrin of Munster has been viciously slandering me. Threaten Odrin with exposure unless he stays out of all factions. He just laughed at the evidence. So Duke Odrin will live to regret this. He's acted dishonorably toward us, so no one will care. So this is the Duke of Mumu. So I kind of want to do something about that. We only have a 39% chance to arrest him. And he has a good number of men under his command. We could kill him. We'd have a pretty good chance at killing him. Let's try that. He's acted dishonorably toward us. Let's kill him. Alright, so we're letting this army march down. We need to auto-invite backers. Should go over 100% in a second. And then we might be able to invite additional people. Alright, let's have these guys march in as well. Princess Bride! Hello, Princess Bride. She's now a gray eminence. So she's craven, just, gregarious, but she's attractive, as we know. That's always been a thing with her. She's had that trait since we initially found out that we had a daughter named Princess Bride. Alright. We're going to delete those guys. Not delete, but disband. And then, let's see, intrigue-wise, need to see if there's someone else who might be willing to join the plot. Ah, yes, there is. Send a gift to this guy. That's a thumbs up. Anyone else? Send a gift to this guy. That's a thumbs up. And one more, just for good measure. Now, you know what? We got the money. This is only just another 4%, so I'll leave it at that. And now plot power should jump up to the mid 150s, which is nice and strong. See how high that jumps. Good, 148.1. So we should be able to kill Duke Odron pretty easily. He has a female heir, which is interesting. Oh, son of a... Bishop Roy of St. Macar, let everyone know about my plot to kill Duke Odron of Munster during a drunken stupor at the local tavern. I never should have included that drunken blabbermouth in a plot this delicate. So what's his thing? Is he... There's nothing to indicate. I guess he's lustful, but there's nothing to indicate. There's nothing that would have warned me against this. There's nothing that would have said, oh, maybe I shouldn't invite this character to my plot. I think there's not any way to stop that. So that sucks. So now this character's going to hate me. Yeah, he hates me now. Because of attempted murder. So he has a negative 200 opinion modifier. Isn't that wonderful? That's a nice note to end this episode on. And I am going to end this episode there. In the next one, we're probably going to be able to declare war for Mercia pretty soon. And once that war has been completed, we're going to have a lot more territory under our belt, especially once we start fabricating claims for Northumbria. We have a couple of means coming up that we could potentially use to fabricate this, to take this claim and take this land here. And then it's really just a matter of slowly conquering enough territory to where we have the 80% that we need to declare ourselves emperors of Britannia. And at that point, then we have a claim on all of the remaining territory, and we could wage war on it and turn it all blue, and then everything would be happy. It might not be blue, actually, because the Empire of Britannia might be a different color, but still, it would be the true Lord of the Scots as the because we would have a Scottish emperor on the throne, which would be fun. So not sure when that's going to happen, but I think, honestly, I think we're kind of moving towards it at a fairly decent clip. We just need we need this claim. We need Mercia. We need that to happen because we've been waiting on that for a while. So we're going to focus on that next episode as much as we can. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I upload new episodes in Lord of the Scots every day at noon, Eastern Daylight Time, which is GMT -4 for those of you not in the States. And comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in a bit.